Exploring the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Human rights is the basic rights and freedoms that belong to every person in the world from birth until death.
It is the fundamental principles that recognize the inherent dignity and equality of all individuals. They promote freedom, justice, and peace by ensuring equal treatment, protecting vulnerable populations, and fostering global cooperation. Basic freedoms are essential rights like speech, religion, assembly, press, petition, and privacy, forming the foundation for a democratic and just society. Commonly acknowledged basic freedoms include freedom of speech, the right to express opinions and ideas without censorship or restraint. Freedom of religion, the right to practice any religion, or none at all, without discrimination. Freedom of assembly, the right to gather peacefully and associate with others for various purposes. Freedom of the press, the right of journalists to report news and information without government interference. Freedom of petition, the right to address grievances and seek changes through peaceful means, often by submitting requests or petitions. Right to privacy, the right to have one's personal information, space, and communications protected from unwarranted intrusion. Welcome to the exploration of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. To understand the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, let's delve into its historical context. It was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1948, following the atrocities of World War II. The aim was to establish a common standard of human rights for all people and nations. The Preamble. Whereas recognition of the inherent dignity and of the equal and inalienable rights of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Let's explore some key principles outlined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, such as the right to life, liberty, and security, freedom from torture, and the right to education. Articles 1 to 10 elaborate on fundamental rights and freedoms, including equality, non-discrimination, and the right to a fair trial. These articles form the cornerstone of the Declaration. Moving forward, Articles 11 to 30 cover economic, social, and cultural rights. These include the right to work, education, and participation in cultural life. Together, these articles form a comprehensive framework for human rights. The impact of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is significant. It has inspired numerous national constitutions and laws globally, shaping the framework for human rights protection around the world. Key principles. Let's explore some key principles, such as the right to life, liberty, and security of person, as well as freedom of expression and the right to work. First, right to life. The right to life is fundamental. It encompasses the idea that every individual has the inherent right to live and that no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of their life. Second, liberty. Liberty ensures freedom and autonomy. It means individuals have the right to make choices and live their lives without unwarranted interference. Third, security of person. Security of person guarantees protection from violence and harm. It ensures that everyone has the right to be secure in their own being. Fourth, freedom of expression. Freedom of expression empowers individuals to voice their thoughts and opinions without fear of censorship. It's a cornerstone of a democratic society. Fifth, right to work. The right to work signifies the ability of individuals to engage in gainful employment, contributing not only to their personal well-being but also to the prosperity of society. These principles form the foundation of human rights, promoting a world where individuals can lead lives of dignity, freedom, and fulfillment.
The importance of human rights.
Why human rights are important. Human rights are important because it is vital, therefore, that people everywhere should strive to understand what human rights are. When people better understand human rights, it is easier for them to promote justice and the well-being of the society.
Interest and awareness of human rights has grown in recent decades. In 1948, the United Nations released the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which has become the most important document of what should be considered the standard for basic equality and human dignity. Here are the 10 reasons why human rights are important.
Human rights ensure people have basic needs. Human rights protect vulnerable groups from abuse. Human rights allow people to stand up to societal corruption. Human rights give people the freedom to practice their religion. Human rights allows people to love who they choose. Human rights encourage equal work opportunities. human rights also protect the environment and provide a universal standard that holds governments accountable. Human rights encourage freedom of speech and expression.
But how does human rights protect us? 1. Inherent dignity and respect. Human rights recognize and affirm the inherent dignity and worth of every individual. They ensure that everyone is treated with respect and equality, irrespective of their race, gender, religion, nationality, or any other characteristic. 2. Freedom and autonomy. Human rights safeguard our freedom of thought, expression, association, and religion. They allow us to live our lives according to our own beliefs and values, without interference or coercion from others. Human rights also protect our right to privacy and personal autonomy. 3. Protection against discrimination and oppression. Human rights prohibit discrimination in all its forms. They provide legal protections against discriminatory practices based on various grounds such as race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, and more. Human rights help prevent and combat oppression and marginalization in society. 4. Justice and fairness. Human rights ensure that everyone has access to justice and a fair legal system. They guarantee the right to a fair trial, protection against arbitrary arrest and detention, and the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. Human rights also promote accountability for human rights violations, demanding that perpetrators be held responsible for their actions. 5. Basic needs and well-being. Human rights encompass the rights to education, healthcare, food, water, shelter, and a clean environment. They aim to ensure that everyone has access to these fundamental necessities for a decent standard of living. Human rights also protect workers' rights and the right to fair wages. 6. Peace and security. Human rights promote peace and stability by addressing the root causes of conflicts and violence. They seek to prevent the abuse of power, torture, and cruel treatment, and promote peaceful resolutions to disputes. Human rights also protect individuals during times of armed conflict, ensuring their safety and well-being.
Effects of human rights violation. First, arbitrary arrest. Arbitrary arrest and arbitrary detention are the arrest or detention of an individual in a case in which there is no likelihood or evidence that they committed a crime against legal statute, or in which there has been no proper due process of law or order.
In conclusion, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights stands as a beacon of hope, guiding us toward a world where every individual enjoys their inherent rights.